Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is a bit of a surprise. Well, kind of a surprise given the matchup between these two teams, but today we're not going to bring you the usual competitive chaos or the egotistic pandemonium that you are used to. This time is actually going to be a bit of a wholesome match, a little friendly between the ML9 admins and the tournament winners in the likes of Team Xenagogue. So they're actually going to be going head to head, but don't get me wrong, this is not a match that you'd want to miss. This is not a match that you would want to ignore because even if it's a friendly, it's there's still a lot on the line. I mean, the reputation of the admins is on the line, and also the reputation of Xenagogue as the tournament winners is also on the line. I mean, just imagine going through all that they went through to win the coveted ML9 Nostalgia Cup 5, and the very next week they get displaced and dispossessed and absolutely decimated by a group of admins with no synergy, just pure gameplay and overpowered dominance. So let's see how it goes. But while we're waiting for the teams to be complete, I would like to welcome you all to the stream. I can see that Rasta was the first in the chat, so that's a big ups to Rasta and Isroth as well. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Abdul KG, AMKG, yeah. Yes, I admit that you were overlooked, but that's not our fault. I think it was just a bit of an oversight on the part of one of the admins right there. But I mean, since the admins are holding it down in game, you can help us to hold it down in the chat while we get ready. But Xenagogue, it seems they are still enjoying their win off of the tournament, and yeah, a bit lazy right now it seems because they are all late to the lobby. We have two slots left to be filled by them, and they are still not available. So I really don't know what's keeping them. They are probably trying to finalize some tactics to, try to trump the ML9 admins because Lord knows the unorthodox strats that they will need to cook up. Uh, they definitely cannot use any conventional strats right now against these seasoned veterans in the ML9 admin slots. So they are probably trying to dot their I's and cross their T's before they eventually log in. Or maybe, just maybe, they're actually anxious and nervous. Who knows? Can never tell. I mean, people hide behind wins all the time to hide their anxiety and nervousness. But yeah, while we're waiting on them, just chill and listen to the music, I guess. Um, hmm. Okay, you can see Kun is actually online as well. And you can already see the reps trying to. Oh, what's wrong with my chat? Chat's a bit bugged. Okay, that's cool. Okay, seems they're having some issues with the Discord clients. We're actually trying to implement a ref being available for each team to make posting easier. I think we just got that method recently and we're still kind of testing it out. So I think they're also still trying to sort that out, but it's all taking shape little by little. While that is on, let me quickly try to sort out getting in a second co-host to join me on this stream to give a little bit of commentary and a different perspective because I mean I'm only one person, so of course my vision will be limited, my takes will also be limited. So they say two heads are better than one. I mean that's not always the case, but in this case I think it would actually be better than one. Let me set that up real quick. Just a little bit of a check-in with the chat, please. If the sound or the music is too low or too high, do well to tell me. So hi to OGs, I can see you, and I see Fufu, such an interesting name. Hi to you as well, and Lidox, hello as well. So yes, I believe I've gotten my co-host on the call right now, Mr. Crit. Are we good to go? All right, all right. So just give me your thoughts. I mean, I know you are part of the church. I know you may be a bit biased because your boys are here, but if you were to pick a winner between these two teams right now, who would you fancy? Oh, really? Okay, okay, fair
I,
enough.
I mean, if one side is winning too much at some point,
Yeah.
it's a sign that there is no competition. So I feel like it's good to remind everyone once in a while that you can always be at the top, and it's always
Mm,
good to have someone that is pushing you.
mm. Indeed. I mean, that's actually a very, very nice philosophy that you have there. It's actually very valid. Yeah. So you are taking this as like an eye opener from the ML9 admins for Xenagogue to give them like a reality check.
Ye- Yeah, it's something like that. And also, I feel like the idea of novelty matches like this,
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is very good. This is very good. When was the last time I saw Osen play?
Fair point as well.
This is nice. This is nice. Show us that the old people still have some fire in them.
Yeah,
Maybe next
true.
time we'll see you playing too.
I doubt that, but we'll see. Yeah, but so AMKG is actually pointing out something quite interesting on the chat. He's saying that synergy is not something that we joke with because ML9 admins is basically a group of random people from different squads who are just matched together to form this team, and then we have Xenagogue with their synergy for pitting ML9 tournaments and still moving with that same team right here today. And do you think he has a point, or do you think that, like Zen always says, it's not about synergy, it's just about having OP players who can play out of their mind and just utterly make a waste of their enemies?
Well, to that I would say that's why the admin needs all our support.
Okay.
That to pull it off despite the lack of energy. Uh, I think the whole chat should better get behind the admins to have a very interesting match.
I don't believe you when you say you are
Again,
supporting
as
these
a reminder, I
admins.
think
I don't believe you. It seems like you're trying to use some reverse psychology right here because it's becoming too sauce. I don't quite believe that.
Yeah, I'm actually behind the admin. Yeah,
Okay.
I hope it's a very fun match. That's my hope. That's the that's the point of this kind of matches.
Yeah. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I hope it's a very fun. I hope nobody drafts any slow heroes for us. Let them give us. I, I'm I'm a believer of fighting.
Hmm. Hmm. I see. So you just want the bish bish from all the way from the beginning to the end.
I just uh, I think that's why this meta is one of my favorite metas.
Yeah.
None of that. Forget about that macro nonsense. Just fight. Fight for
Hmm.
everything.
Okay. Fair enough. So it seems like it's just absolute. Wait, are you in the lobby right now? Oh,
Yeah, I'm in the lobby.
oh,
I
okay.
am in the lobby.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
All
we're waiting
right.
for one more player for Xenagogue.
All right. And he's here, the almighty Tata, the one and only instigator.
You know what? Honestly, I feel like he doesn't get enough praise for what he's done. To be very honest,
Okay.
I think I think making the squad was
Yeah.
was was very courageous on his part.
Okay.
And like in fact, a bit of lore was that he actually wanted to make the squad a very long time ago, but
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what happened. But so he didn't make the squad initially, and that was when I joined Shinigami.
Hmm.
If not initially, the plan was me, him, and Deuce were to make this very squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is that. So I think it's come a long way.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, true. Credit where credit is due. It's actually not easy to amass the kind of players that he has into one squad and then actually control them, because we know there's definitely going to be a clash of egos at one point, and we can say he has done a good job. Seems I'm hitting the
Yeah,
nail on the head from your exclamation.
I, I mean, I mean, I mean, honestly, he has tried. You know, there are some players. I mean, I won't mention their names, but there are some players in Xenagogue that are very hard to tell what to do. I myself included. There are some times where he just brings me back to my senses in the middle of the
Yeah.
game. Yeah, so he's trying, especially shot calling from the side lanes. It's not easy feat.
Yeah. True, true, true. They are all clamoring for your kick, and I'm trying to let them know that you are part of
Oh,
us right here. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, I think we're good now. So, for the lobby bans, they actually went with Lance, Joy, Mino, and Grog. I mean, that's almost reminiscent of the bans that we've been seeing in the lobby through the tournament. There hasn't been any significant change in the meta anyway, so I guess that's not surprising. Um,
Mm, I don't really understand the joy band though. Personally,
really?
and yes, personally, I don't think the joy is that hot right now. Especially when a hero like Fredrin is open. Are you really going to pick joy?
Can I remind you of what Kama did on that Joy against Shinigami during ML9 Gauntlet?
But that was at the time when Shinigami were having issues. I mean, idealistically, you're not really going to have that much success if
Okay.
the person in front of you is a Fredrin, because you can't even walk up to the objectives.
Yeah.
If you do indeed try and dive someone and he's there, he'll taunt you, he'll CC you.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a good time.
Okay. Indeed. So now we are actually into the second phase of the bans as well, but I still don't agree with your
I will choose my
take
own
Your
on
path.
that
team
joy
is
pick
banning.
because I know there are some heroes that I would better not want to see in the hands of certain players. And I think the admins are actually playing it safe by banning that joy and denying karma potentially of that pick. I don't even know who will be in the jungle right now because
Only love
Danny is also
and
here as
light
well.
Your
are
team is
So I
banning.
guess
everlasting.
we'll have to see how that plays out. But we have the Alot first ban and then Xenagogue answering with that Sicilian. And the next ban is going to be from the side of the ML9 admins. We're having Emmy hovering
Let them
over
play
that
the
Your
hero.
Yuzhong,
team is
I will be
banning.
which
the
is
truth
also
this world
interesting.
desperately
So with
needs.
this final ban, I'll actually take your opinion on the bans, the second phase of the bans as well. So let's just wait on Jolene to
I,
complete that ban.
Muscle of iron,
Okay,
Capital
bones
Catcher.
of
Your
Catcher.
team
steel.
is
So your
picking.
thoughts?
3 rogue bands. That's interesting.
Are you sure your presence will not be felt or missed in this case?
Uh, I don't think so. I think if you are in Xenagogue,
Yeah.
you have to be good to a certain level. So
Okay.
uh, I think we're in good hands here.
They call me a hero because
Your
I
team
saved my
is
nation
picking.
from
I mean,
falling apart.
So I guess
why is this?
Rinse Wind will be the one roaming for you.
Yes,
Interesting.
yes.
Is this so, bro?
He's our secret weapon.
Ah, okay. Let's see how that plays out.
This land is our
Okay,
homeland,
but
and
the
it will
first
soon
pick
be your
from
burial ground.
ML9 means I almost said Phoenixes because of Emmy's tag, but it's going to be the Yi Sun Shin, and we see
Your team is
a
banning.
Lapu Lapu and this Fasa hero
I
as
don't,
well. Yeah,
I don't know why he picked the YSS so early.
I mean, I think well, it's hardly open, I would say. Wait, what is it? I mean, he's usually open. I don't know, probably just a comfort pick if you
blossoms from
ask
the
me.
withered
Your
And
team is
I
picking.
think he's still a hero that is still somewhat what's the word to use now? Will I say comfortable in this meta? Still quite good. So to be honest, I'm not against it at all.
I mean, but now the opponent has a Lapu Lapu
Yeah.
and a Farfa. What is he realistically going to do
Your
now?
team is banning.
Because they can go for a roam pick to
Yeah.
disturb you, Lapu, or stick on him very hard. And if the
Mm,
Lapu jumps on him, he'll have to use his traceless.
yeah.
And even if he uses his traceless and the Lapu has a flicker, he's still going to get caught.
The ocean is not just our
Your team
home,
is
Fair
I'm
banning.
point.
not
it is
really
who
a fan of
we
the
are.
YSS first pick.
Mm. But I mean, it's all about execution, innit? They may have something up their sleeves that we don't know. I mean, who knows? The Esmeralda is there. They have the Lunox there as well. So even with the presence of the Lapu Lapu and the
Chivalry is
Fasa,
dead.
they could
Your
actually
team is
win their
picking.
lane so much that it does not even matter that the Lapu Lapu or the Fasa are there because that overwhelming goal difference will just make invalidate all
Your
their
team is banning.
actions or reactions or whatsoever.
This is this
Hmm.
is this is exactly what I'm talking about with the troll pick coming from Xenagogue.
So you're
Like
saying they're all
now,
just going to lock him down?
he can't really do much in this game.
Okay.
He,
Fair.
he can't do much.
The hunt begins.
I'll be impressed if he does well. Honestly speaking, I'll be
True love
genuinely impressed.
is like
Wow.
blood.
Your team is picking.
Hmm. I, well, I mean, maybe you are more in tune with the tactics that you guys usually employ. So it would make sense that you would know what your fellow teammates would be planning. So I guess I can't really give my more than I have given my own analysis because
I'm
I really don't know
finally
what the game
standing
plan
up for
is.
myself.
But it's interesting
Yeah,
that Void Hacker will be on the Ruby in the gold lane, and Karma really pushing it with this Odette pick for me.
well, he loves the hero, so uh, I mean, he knows how to play the hero very well.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
it should be interesting. I like the
Fair.
drafts. I think I like the drafts from admin. It's just the YSS I don't really like. AMKG says the higher would be good, and I
Yeah.
actually kind of agree. The higher would have been slightly better.
Okay. Fair. Fair. But let's see how it goes. But from the start, it's looking like Absolution is going to be having some network issues because he's not loading into the game. I hope that is not the case. Uh, but we'll have to see how that goes. Um, okay, he's loading back in now, so it should be
Hmm.
good. So you really trust Rinsweed on this Chow? I mean, I can see his mastery, but does mastery really mean that much?
Uh, it's one of the heroes he enjoys playing. So
Okay. Huh.
I imagine he's very good on the hero. How
You,
good, I don't know.
you
Well,
imagine?
we will see.
Okay, so we're both going to be witnessing Rinswind's debut into the big screens, so to speak, for the first time. Okay. So right off the bat, we're saying, yeah, I was curious. Okay, so it's actually going to be Danny jungling. Okay, so that was correct, and Kama in the gold lane with this Odette. This is a very eccentric matchup in this gold lane between two suspicious heroes. Uh, but from just the jungling speed from both times, seems like maybe he's having a bit of an upper hand, given that he also took this lethal. So from the draft, you said you'd fancy Xenagogue taking this tournament just because of the YSS pick, or are you saying, despite or even with the YSS pick as a potential handicap, ML9 admins still have a chance of winning this game?
Um, I think the admins still have a good chance.
Okay,
I
okay,
think they
fair
still
enough.
have a good chance, but I really don't like the YSS. I really, I really don't like the YSS pick.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's interesting that they already beated out that mountain choker from Big Emi so early, and the total is not even up yet. That's actually a very big resource to have spent way before the total. And we see maybe actually going in and with that Cleaver gets the kill on Stew as the first blood. It's really quite early, but it's looking like your predictions will not come true, Crit.
Unfortunately, or should I say fortunately for Xenagogue. But yeah, this is just how it is with YSS right now.
Yeah,
He's so he's so, I don't want to say the word weak, but
yeah.
when you stick on the YSS, there's not too much he can do. He's a marksman,
Mm,
and marksmen aren't having the best of fun. And you see, he dies.
true,
Both
true,
of them
true.
die.
And yeah, we see Kama actually, but we see that way of the dragon from Rainswind, and that is a triple kill by Kama right there. But still goes in with the chaos ult and actually shuts him down. Rainswind trying, okay, not quite, but Danny actually going in and getting the kill with the Queller, the first form of the Queller actually, and he didn't want to let Stu go with that shutdown on Karma right there. And yeah, it's like you said, I guess the YSS is having a tough game as it stands, but this is just the beginning of the match. You actually see once again so much committed onto Ascendant with that feathered airstrike, but still with that Chaos ult to shut her down, and then Rincewind taking that Wind of the Dragon under the turret and making maybe overextend and ultimately getting punished by Big Emmy. He was on a 0-1-0 KD and suddenly he's on a 2-1-1 and he's looking quite good, Chris.
That's a very interesting way of the dragon from
Uh-huh.
Rincewind, if I should
Uh-huh.
say the least. There are just some opportunities, as a Roma,
Yeah.
where you know that you just allow the person die.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there's really not too much you can do about that. But
Yeah.
he committed to it, and ultimately it burnt their lead. And now the admins are back,
Oh, they were back
or
for a
so I
minute.
thought.
Yeah, they were back for a minute right there, but we see Cam actually rotating early
Again,
for that total, and we see the bravest fighter by absolution to the back lines. That Quella shot not enough to get it, but the Soul Server and the Blade Surge under the turret, and we see an absolute massacre right there by absolution and by maybe, but maybe ends up falling, but not before taking down two other members within Mercedes comes in with that cause of blood, but it barely does anything. It's a little bit too late for him to take back anything from Xenagogue. I mean, I guess maybe sacrificing himself was kind of a silver lining in the club, but we actually see Jolene with that tag from the bushes with the feathered airstrike, but it's not quite enough to take down Stu, even with the stone from the enhanced basic attack. And it's really looking like Xenagogue are going to start running away with this match treat.
yeah, in that fight, you see the Lapu,
Yeah,
Shaker, Mountain Shaker, and bro is he already used his triple. He
yeah,
already used, what was he going to do? This is the thing, and also you know Jolene with the range advantage. Oh my god, what a kick!
yeah. It seems Rincewind doesn't mind whoever he picks. I think he has been given instructions to just pick anybody out, and the members, his other teammates, have given him that guarantee that whoever he picks out, they would absolutely decimate, and they've been holding true to that. And we see that soul server actually being used on Big Amy right there with the Queller shot and the final basic attack under the turret to take him out. So it's just like you said, once he uses his immune skills, he's basically left exposed. And Xenagogue are very, very good at capitalizing on those chances. And Rincewind, even with nobody close by, no teammate in proximity, he's just going at it with his way of the dragons, and he looks like he has spent a lot of time in the Chinese temple and is really, really looking to master his martial arts. Great.
Well, I don't know, I don't know what that kick was for, but he's looking very comfortable on this hero, and
Yeah,
with the draft that Xenagogue has, they can really capitalize on the damage that Farsa brings.
yeah. Indeed, indeed, that range advantage from Jolene on that fast side is really, really something that would cause the ML9 admins a big headache. And apart from that, I think Karma on this Odette is actually an absolute menace. We know how many times she has expressed his love for the hero and the love for her mechanics as well. And we can actually see him using it to the fullest of their abilities and being just a menace to society. Who knows? Maybe his actions will even get him some time out in the group chat. But we see Absolution actually going in with the bravest fighter, and he uses even with sword stance, he goes under the turret and gets that kill. We see the cost of blood being invested right there, but Kama flickers in under the turret and with the ult gets that double kill. Ascendant, the last man standing, and he tries to walk out, but he gets taken down. Then the last man standing actually comes in and manages to take down Kama, but it is 1 against 4. He holds his own as much as he can, but it's just not quite enough. There are too many heroes and too much damage being dealt that he can't sustain it all. It's looking quite grim for the ML9 admins to crit
Yeah,
rather.
yeah, 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 yeah. And um, people in the chat are wondering why Xenagogue are focusing the Camilla, but this is just like when we were using when the match of Tigreal versus Minotaur, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah,
Sometimes as a tank, your best option is to go on the enemy tank
yeah.
because if they don't get this counter engages,
Oh, but we
my God,
actually see
wow.
the ML9 admin showing some signs of life right here. Two people focused on Jolene, like they actually get that kill. But maybe with that Queller shot, gets that killing spree. And we see Ascendant in the bush just prowling, waiting for his opportunity. But maybe a bit lucky right there. But the am offended committed by Void Archer. But maybe
Oh my
somehow still
God,
gets that kill
this
with the
Suyo,
Soul 7.
Suyo.
Suyo is just dancing around right now, saying being left to come and he takes him out with that swan song. But maybe he's just moving. He's smooth. He's a smooth criminal. You could mistake him for Michael Jackson right now with how smooth his moves are. But definitely is really, really looking quite grim for the ML9 admins right there. That was 3 members taken down. And that's a free load for Xenagogue as it stands because there is no one in sight to contest at all, Chris.
Eh, my, when I talk about Danny is sometimes they make him like a meme on Assassin's, but
Yeah.
when Danny is playing a fighter, he is actually a beast.
Indeed, indeed. I
He's
think we
on
can
this
see. Yeah,
Suyo, Lucas, those fighters in the jungle is so strong.
yeah, he's really, really proving himself. So it's like you said, probably on a funny he won't deliver as much, but yeah,
You're
on these
the,
kind of
you're the one that
fighters.
called Fanny name.
I mean, we all know that he's a fraud on that funny with his 30% win rate, but we won't talk about that today because he's doing so well on this Soyo. So flowers where flowers are due. He's definitely,
Yeah.
definitely putting up one hell of a performance. I mean, he's looking like his presence was missed in the last gauntlet a lot. But yeah, we can actually see him just starting on them right now with Absolution going to the backline with the bravest fighter, and then all the members collapse. But Rincewind caught out, gets tracked back by that I am offended, and maybe comes in with the first phase of the Soul Server and actually gets taken down. That's a huge cost of blood by Ascendant right there and gets 3, manages to shut down 2, and it's just Jolene left standing. While still Ascendant and Zen try to defend. Zen actually going in with the Moon and not quite getting that kill on Jolene. It's interesting that Jolene chose to buy the Blood Wings, given that Esmeralda is on the enemy team. Don't you think, Chris?
Um, well, I think he's not particularly a target for the Esmeralda. That's one, and two, it does still give movement speed, which synergizes very well with what Farsa wants to do. So it's not the best, but it's still okay. It's
Fair
still
enough.
okay.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah,
Fair
this
enough.
match
Yeah.
looking all but done. Despite the admins having won that fight, they've lost all their base turrets, and at, at this point, they can't contest for the Lord.
Yeah. I mean, we have the likes of karma on that Odette. And I believe, yeah, he has 40 Sky Piercer stacks as he stands, even despite his death in the last team fight. So they will definitely be very wary of contesting that Lord right now. But I won't put it past them actually, because I think that's going to be a Hail Mary contention. It's either they try to contest and hope that the stars align and they actually get the Lord, or they don't contest and give it up to Xenagogue and ensure that there will be no hope for them actually. But we see that I don't even know what is up with these Xena members, bro. They just go into the back lines, just dive in with their flickers with no fear of anything, no fear of anything at all. They're just going in, no holds barred, and yeah, I guess it's working out for them. Actually, seeing them going into the final base turret, and two bodies fall, and eventually the base also gets taken down, and
Victory!
it's a pretty good win for Xenagogue. No particular bronzes as some people would have hoped to see. I know some people secretly placed bets on certain individuals, but uh this is just the first game. Maybe we'll get to see that eventually. But yeah, Danny on that Soyo getting the MVP. And I think the recent slight buff on him is pretty evident, Chris.
Yes, yes. I, I didn't really think the buff would be this impactful to his damage, but damage was actually very surreal.
Yeah, it
But
was quite interesting.
if the admins had a Fredrin, this match would have been a bit more interesting.
Maybe, but I guess we'll never know. But I don't think it's as much his damage as it was the CD on his skills, because man, the way he just entered flow state and was just flowing around them like a water with laminar flow, Just he was just untouchable. And I'm sure he was definitely feeling it. He was definitely feeling it. I could tell from all the way from here.
Yeah. I hope they can get rid of. I hope Danny shows us funny today.
No, I think that's pushing it. He does not want to. I'm pretty sure he does not want to try out
I
that
mean,
fun.
it's a novelty match. Let's have some interesting heroes.
No, that would be pushing it. That would be pushing it. Uh, but some people in the chat are expressing their displeasure at how Danny embarrassed our five admins, senior men. So they are actually trying to rile them up to make them, go in to the second game with a bit of a spirit of vengeance and get back at you people, you and your people for the like what do I call that now? Insubordination. Let's just go with that. Yes. So in the second bands, well, for the second game rather, the first phase of the bands is Lance Joy, Croc, and Minotaur, which is exactly the same lobby bands as the first game. And I think we'll be going into the second game right now. And do you think it's going to be a 2-0? I know you said you're supporting the ML9 admins, but just your thoughts.
Uh, well, with how fast game one ended,
Hmm.
I really hope
Hmm.
we can get a game three so
Okay.
that we can have like maximize the viewing time. But you know what I want to see from the admins. I want to see something like Osen on Arlot Rome, Fredrin in the jungle,
Only
Brando
love
on
and
Lapu
night
Lapu.
Your
are
team is
everlasting.
Yeah. Fair. That's actually a good point. I will actually pay to see that. It has been a while.
They, they, they should play the heroes that they are most known for. The Camilla really didn't serve much because
Kill all at
Your
once.
team is banning.
Well, some people in the chat are clamoring for a Fanny pick by Danny, so they really want to see that Danny Fanny with the chocolate written, even if he's on the
Ah, me
winning
too. I,
team.
I want to see it.
Okay,
I think we deserve to see it.
well, let's see.
Ah,
Let's see.
Saber Band. Yes, we are seeing the funny.
Hmm. I mean, it's all speculation until it's actually picked, but let's see how that goes. But we actually see the Odette getting banned by the ML9 admins. That's definitely a respect
In the
ban
relentless flow of
by
time's
them. But
continuum,
it seems
I am the
Absolution
constant
will
that
be the
breaks
one
the
to be
tide.
on that alert, denying your daydream of Ascendant being on it. So
I am not the only
but
one bound
Zen
by these
answering
chains.
immediately with the Fovios. I know it's not quite a direct counter to the Allots, but those dashes during team fights would definitely help boost his passive
Muscle
and
of iron.
give him that enhanced basic
Thrones of
attack.
steel.
So it's going to be definitely going to be a lot of scrappy fights in this game too, if I can say so myself. Also with Void picking up the Gatot catcher. I hope he's not going to play that gold lane because I've never heard of the Gatot catcher gold lane. Or is there something I don't know?
Well, well, with how less gold you get from minions in the gold lane right now, anything works, I guess. It's just the overall comp.
Yeah.
So if you want to, it's okay. It's just what they do with the Gato Catcher and the gold lane that's mostly. Oh my god. Wow, Xenagogue are switching roles, it seems.
Yeah. Are you sure about that? I mean, it could be that he's just picking it for his. Kama could just be picking it for Danny, right?
In my
Your
dream
team is
world.
banning.
Maybe.
I am
Maybe.
the power of light incarnate.
Okay, but Rincewind, you vouched for him on that chow, and it was 50-50. What are your thoughts on his Kufra?
Well, well, he's not you. That's all I'll say.
What do you mean he's not me? No one is me. I am me.
Experience the euphony of suffering.
From cinder to flame, I've shed the ashes of the past.
Oh my god. No, I think his Kufra should be decent.
The equilibrium.
Okay. I mean,
I
that
should
should
be
be
very
made for.
better
Yeah.
than my own.
okay. I mean, that's saying a lot. Interesting. So I actually like to see how that goes. But we can see the ML9 admins actually going for that Fredrin like you asked. And it's interesting that we choose to go for Fredrin in this kind of match where we see a lot of CC and the size of
Lined up in my
Xenagogue.
sights.
And possibly this could be the best pick for Stu as it stands on this Kimi. So looking at both drafts now that they are complete, whose draft would you favor more?
Was that an Odette? Okay, no, Selena.
No, Selena.
Double retribution. Oh my god. Okay, now at this point, I think the admins have this in the bag. Why does Xenagogue have 2 retributions?
I mean,
To mobile legend.
it could be. I should be asking. Oh, okay. It's most likely going to be a restart then.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
That could have been a.
But if the Selena was gold lane or something like that, I still think the admins have a better draft. If they just change the spells, the admins should win this game because. But the only thing I don't like is the Kimi into the Selena. It can be a little bit weird.
The enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
Really?
All troops deployed.
Yeah, because Stu didn't bring Purify, so if he gets an arrow, he's most likely going to die. And if he dies, that's half of the admin's damage gone out.
Yeah, true. Also, I think Lance was banned as well, so that was most likely an AFK pick by Karma. So they will definitely be restarting this match in a moment. So they're just trying to have a good time right now, just play it out for as long as they can until they can surrender.
Wait, but why are you not playing?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I think the decision was made a bit impromptu, and they went with the best draft for the ML9 admins and decided to make me caster. So some things had to be sacrificed for other things, if I can say it like that. So that's why. That's why.
Would have loved to see your mid lane debut.
If I was going to play, I probably would not debut in the mid lane. I don't like playing mid lane as a squad player. Yeah, I only reserve that for rank. Okay, so I guess we are going back to the lobby. Okay, so I wonder if they will still be going with that team draft and just picking a different hero for Karma, or if they would. I mean, I think that's like the only, that's the most reasonable decision to take on that pick as it
I hope
stands.
so too.
Yeah, that should be
I want to get back into this match as fast as possible.
it. Yeah, I know you crave violence, but sometimes it's not always the right answer, you know.
What was your favorite match in the concluded Nostalgia tournament?
That's actually quite interesting. I didn't watch all, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the first match between Xenagogue and El Cartel. The finals were a bit underwhelming for me because the El Cartel, I don't know if they were not well prepared, or it didn't seem like they were at their best. They were looked better before they eventually got to the finals. So I think I'll pick their first matchup against Synagogue in the upper brackets as my favorite matchup.
Yeah, the finals were pretty underwhelming, to say
Yeah.
the least. But
Some people said it's because Sprint was not part of their lineup. Do you agree?
100% agree.
Hmm. Hmm. I think I agree as well. So maybe that will be
I
enough.
know.
Yeah.
Wasn't Void's first tournament win with Sprint mid lane? Omni
Yeah.
playing role. Yeah, yes, Sprint is their lucky charm.
Yeah. So he needs to get back into the fold, turn back those gloves that he hung, right?
Indeed. We need Sprint back.
Okay, so I hope he's hearing. So Sprint, the streets are calling for you to come back in.
His fans are waiting for him.
We need to witness the prime of Sprint once more. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a quick draft slash draft altogether. So the picks and bans are going to be rapid. I hope so.
Demons shall bathe
I
in
hope
their
so
blood.
too.
Your team
The
is
light
banning.
belongs to the righteous.
It's a shame Danny didn't play Fanny.
Well, let's hope there's still a game 3. Maybe he'll make it come true in the 3rd game. If
Only love
doesn't
and night
pick it
Your
here,
team
are
is
everlasting.
banning.
it's not too late.
Kill all at
Your
once.
team is banning.
The Silver ban was a bit of a premonition.
Love
but
outshines the
it didn't quite
golden
turn out the
Your
way it
crown.
was
team is
supposed to.
picking.
At all.
In the relentless flow
We are-
of
we are-
time's
we are
continuum,
sad.
Picking.
Yeah, I don't. To be
constantly
honest,
breaks the
I
tide.
think it's not even those bans were not
Your team
to
is picking.
usher in that funny pick. I think it's just a bit of a disrespect
From cinder to
shown by
flame, I've
Xenagogue
shed
to the
the
ML9,
ashes of the past.
which they are known for. Because if you look at their
See
drafts
value
during
in
the
me?
ML9
Your
tournaments,
team
it
is
looked like they were not
banned.
even taking it seriously. We're seeing the likes of Nuvaria Jungle, if I recall
Join
correctly,
In my
Your
and
team
dream.
is banning.
like, bro, what was that? Like, what was that? So maybe they are just that much above everyone else, and they are just liking to flex on others just to show the difference in
Got 'em lined up in my sight.
Your
skills.
team is picking.
Well,
Huh.
all I'll say is whatever makes it to the matches on
Yeah.
stream
Yeah.
has already been played in screams.
Sir,
Okay.
So-
what's
Oh
your
wow.
command?
Your team
Oh,
is
wow.
picking.
Indeed.
He made it. He
So,
made it happen after all.
Yes, this Novaria jungle, while it is not good, and I don't advise any team to try it, but the clear speed wasn't
I am not
bad,
the only
which
one
was
bound by these chains.
one, and two, even if the hero doesn't actually do that well on objectives, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter that much if your team can win the fight.
Indeed, indeed. But what is more interesting is Danny actually picking this Fanny up, like the fans had requested, and popular opinion. He has finally acceded to them, and
Finally.
let's see. Because it was also interesting because I was thinking like this Kufra, maybe, just maybe. So I guess you were right. I guess they were actually banning those heroes to make sure that he has a bit of a more comfortable game to reduce his chances of, that converted chocolate rating that he's well known for. But let's see. I mean, we all sometimes say that win rates are not um important because they don't always decide if a player is good or not. But for Danny, it has basically given him that reputation of a bad funny player. So this is his opportunity to either prove us wrong or show that he was well labeled as a bad funny player.
Well, honestly, the only reason that I wanted the fan is because there's just some heroes that don't really get played much on our
Yeah.
server, and those heroes are actually very good.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
Cho in the last game and
yeah.
Fanny on this one, just to name a few.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty fair point. I mean, for the likes of Fanny, I'm sure she's most likely a permaband hero in the EU servers and maybe the C servers as well. But she's a bit too mechanically difficult for us here to master fully. So, especially in ranked where you have people who just spam Sun from beginning of the season to the end, and they eventually end up getting to immortal. But we actually see maybe going in with those slashes, as well as getting that first kill on Ascendant. I think Ascendant must have forgotten how lethal Fanny is in the early game. He probably should not be getting close to her once she starts throwing those cables. We see her waiting once again for another ambush, but Big Game actually coming in with that brave the smite, the sword smite, and the brave assault, but not quite locking her down enough. Meanwhile, in the EXP lane, as usual, is Chaos, Zen, and Absolution going at it blue for blue. But once again, Big Emmy trying to make something out of this little scuffle before the turtle. Just trying to poke Rincewind and get that favorable positioning. But we see Absolution coming from the backline, and that Tyrant range by Rincewind catches just one, but the big appraiser's rod and what the big there's so much happening. There's so much happening right there. Big Emmy eventually gets taken down, but Zen going in with the Infernal Pursuit, trying to get a kill on Jolene, but he manages to escape. Absolution also got taken down in the midst of that fight as well. So Crit, what are your opinions so far after that little scuffle?
I think the admins are going to have a hard time against this Eve. They just don't have any way to get to her. So Jolene will be very key for Xenagogue this game.
Indeed. Um, yeah, I think it's definitely someone that they need to be keeping an eye out for. We see Zen going in with that dark wave, and the traction pulse actually committed, or maybe caught by Big Emmy, not quite able to lend that big appraiser's wrath. Ascendant has to use the steel bones just to taunt, and you said it will be difficult to get to Jolene, but they were not actually interested in getting Jolene. They were actually interested in getting that total, and they actually secured it quite easily. Zen and Absolution continuing their brawl in the bot lane. Zen just going in with that Infernal Pursuit and the Dark Wave, just constantly getting the passive triggers and hitting Absolution. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see another execution by maybe on Ascendant, who is on a 202 right now on Stew, but Big Emmy comes in and secures a kill on Rincewind, and just to try to somewhat cauterize the wound and stop the bleeding, because if they can't stop Xenagogue once they get into tune, they are definitely going to be very hard to stop and counter once they get their groove going. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, Grit.
Yeah. Whenever Xenagogue are snowballing you in the early game, the match is usually over. But so that means they need to put in a lot of effort to stay in the game, no matter what.
Yeah, they definitely need to put in some more effort as it stands. But we see Danny going to the back lines and getting a kill on Void Hacker. That's actually a killing spree right there. Zen trying to do something just to make the lead, to kind of reduce it, but he gets caught by that reward manipulation, and Absolution takes him down with slashes right there. And yeah, it's looking like a losing battle for the admins right now. Though even with the funny pig, I mean, at some point Emmy almost took her down, almost took maybe down on that funny ball. She's so slippery with her cable. Meanwhile, Karma is just having a field day in the gold lane. Just Stew is just making quick work out of Stew, but we see Void Hacker being focused by maybe right there, and that's a mega kill. He used everything to try to get out of his range. He used the Purify, he used the Stallion side, but it's just I think this is Danny actually showing up, really showing up on the Fanny, but we see so much committed onto Big Emmy under the tower right there with the final slash and the reward manipulation, but Tandy gets taken down. He underestimates how much Ascendant can take, how much damage he can take, and how much he can dish out. And maybe, just maybe, these are the kind of decisions that earned him that reputation. Chris. Hello, Crit, are you with us? Oh, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did you get what I said?
I don't know if you noticed, but he actually missed his cables twice under
Yeah,
that turret, and that's what got him. I said he actually, and that's what got him killed.
yeah.
So that I don't know about that, but he was doing so well though. It just a minor setback. Just a minor setback. Dan is coming. Dan is coming.
Okay, fair, fair. So we'll let that slide. We'll actually give him a pass on that right there. But so far, Xenagogue actually have the lead on Zerin's been going in with that concealed play with the Tyrant's rage, but it doesn't quite hit anybody. Maybe going to the back lines, targeting Stu, and he gets that kill actually, but he overextends with his cables and gets a tower shot. Meanwhile, Absolution gets taken down by the combo of Zen and Void Hacker in the mid lane, maybe doing his best to run away. We can see Karma in the bush. He was recalling, but actually ends up cancelling it. Rincewind has to sacrifice himself to make sure that neither of his teammates get taken down. He may yet survive, not quite sacrificing himself. So he does manage to survive. Void Hacker can't exactly get that kill. He still tries to go in with the traction, rather the stallion beam, but it doesn't quite get him taken down. And we see maybe flexing his cables mastery in the mid lane with 4 cables right there, but Void Hacker gets hit by that Abyss arrow and maybe comes in for the kill sequence and a big final slash followed by a reward manipulation right there by Jolene. And it's not quite enough to take down Ascendant, but it's just enough to make them retreat under the tower a bit farther. Karma actually trying to get another Abyss arrow with the trap on him, but it's not accurate. And the difference in gold is increasing a little bit. It's still around the 2000 gold lead, but with this load coming up, I think it's about to blow things out of the water right there. Zen gets caught by the Abyss trap, and Absolution times that final slash perfectly, but Rincewind gets taken down. Absolution doing his best to run away. Meanwhile, Big M is at the front line, just taking as much damage as he can. And the big Appraiser's Wrath to secure the Lord and bring down Karma enough for his teammates to get that kill. And that is 3 bodies taken down by the admins as well as the Lord. Ascendant is the only one inside of admins who ends up getting taken down. But I guess we're going for a pause right here. It should be a brief pause given the recent adjustments we've made in the refereeing department. But Mr. Kritz, what do you think now that the game is looking like it's about to have a shift in momentum?
Well, in that fight, we saw why Fredrin is just the best jungler in this game. You know, when you're in MLBB, it's all about getting the objectives,
Yeah,
and you can't really try to contend any objectives against the Fredrin on a Fanny.
true, true, true. Because
So
I think it's only the likes of the Lancelots that would probably give him a bit of a competition. But we see maybe
oh my
actually
god, and
being a bit
look at that,
ballsy,
look at that,
being a bit ballsy right there. He saw 3 people and he
look
was
at
like,
that.
nah, I would win. But he got a reality check pretty quickly. Rincewind caught in no man's land, coming in, trying to cut off their retreat. But he should be the one retreating because the admins is looking like they just ate a fruit and got a bit of a power up right now because they are actually showing signs of life, and it's actually looking like we may actually get that game 3 that everyone wants to see. um I mean, from the start of the game, Danny was doing quite well on that funny. But right now
Yeah.
I think he's showing his true colors.
That was questionable, none the least, for him to try and defend that turret because they were going to get it. The admins were going to get it regardless. And I think this can highlight some of the weaknesses in
Yeah,
Xenagogue's play. Some of these impulsive decisions.
yeah,
The feeling of you are really good creeps up
yeah,
into you. You tend to feel like you can get away with questionable plays,
yeah.
which against other people that are not intimidated by you, it's really not going to work.
Yeah, true, true. I think it's also something that Pitoski once said in one of his videos, where players who have the goal advantage early tend to overestimate their abilities and always overextend because they are trying to get kills and maybe even taunt their opponents. But it always ends up backfiring, and I think we're seeing signs of that right now in
Yeah.
Danny with this funny. Let's see eventually how it will be, but we see one quick Abyss Aran and Abyss Trap, and Void Hacker ends up getting taken down, but they don't let Karma get away with it. That was a quick follow up by Zen, and Karma gets to pay. Rincewind actually charging in the bush, but decides against it. He doesn't want to have a taste of that stew right now. But the admins are actually pushing their advantage as it stands. I mean, if they end up taking another lord, I think they will definitely be able to crack at least one of the inhibitor turrets. But the thing is, they don't exactly have any any good pusher in their draft. Is just a lot of beefy guys right there. But we see that Tyrant Revenge committed once again, and that's a
Oh,
big
what
Battle of the
a
Guardian right
AOP!
there.
What
And
a combo!
Absolution and Rincewind end up falling. Big Emmy is the sole victim in the side of the admins, but they are slowly but surely pushing the waves. And we see Zen getting maybe with that dark wave and hit him with the passive basic attack as well. Karma has to come in with the abyss arrow and the abyss trap just to stop him, because if they had left him alone with that poor little girl, but definitely Karma just had to come to her aid right there. And yeah, it's really looking like the game has turned on its head right now. The gold is actually in the favor of the admins as it stands. Is a measly 1k gold, but that's a beautiful abyss arrow by Karma right there to predict the dash by Stu. But the fight is not over yet. We see the brave assault committed on Rincewind. Rincewind uses the rage, but he gets taken down by the Sky Piercer by Void Hacker. Maybe goes in and gets that kill on Void Hacker, but Zen all the way in the back lines using that internal pursuit, but he overextends a bit too much and he ends up getting shot down by Jolene right there. And Jolene is actually on a 404 KDA. It's just like you said, Crit. There's really no one to disturb him in the back lines.
Yes, it's just so unfortunate, so unfortunate because the admins are having a very good game this
Yeah,
match.
yeah, they're having a very good team indeed. With this lot fight coming up right now, we actually see Karma going in with the flicker and the dashes. He tries to get out. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we see that big final slash by Absolution in the end zone are playing Void Hacker right there. Meanwhile, Karma ends up dropping to Zen and Ascendant duo. Absolution doing his best to retreat, but Zen is actually on the hunt. Rincewind intercepts and stops him, and that will be the end of the fight for now. But I think they will also regroup to take down this Lord, because it's inevitable. It's one of both sides would need it to end this game. They are all actually trying to go in on Zen right there. Rincewind actually committing the rage and the revenge on Zen, and he ends up getting taken down by the cables of. And Danny is looking more like himself from the early game. He has come back with a bit of a more decisive gameplay. Absolution and Rincewind being an absolute menace in the jungle of the admins, Emmy getting zoned out completely, and Danny gets that free Lord, and the Rincewind charging the revenge once again, but it doesn't quite land, and I think they will back off of the fight right now, but not before taking second tower in this top lane. Voidhack actually coming in with the traction pulse, and it doesn't quite land because everyone gets out of the way, and we see a big Tyrant's Rage by Rincewind, but that reward manipulation and the AOG from Ascendant getting committed as well, but maybe getting shot down by Voidhacker in the back lines, but Zen just taking all that damage, all the dashes by the him that passive boost that he needs for Ascendant. Oh, if he had
My
landed
God.
that advanced, he definitely would have taken out Rincewind, but unfortunately, it doesn't quite land before he gets taken down, Chris. Oh,
Oh, that was. I
that
really
was
thought
a
that could be
fadeaway. Yeah, that fadeaway
serious.
kill was quite good. And of course, it's Void Hacker. We know how good he is on the marksman, so it's no surprise that he will definitely have that sort of accuracy on the traction pulse. And he ends up taking down Rincewind. But to be honest, Rincewind has been the one who has been falling a lot on the side of Xenagogue, so it hasn't exactly had that much of an impact on their lineup because the main damage dealers are just chilling in the back line. Except Zen or Ascendant can eventually get to them. They don't feel threatened and they seem to just be having a jolly good time right now. Script.
Yeah. Also, the admins they really need to talk to Stu because in that fight, the
Yeah.
fight that just concluded at the red buff, Stu was literally shooting air,
Hmm.
which is which is
There's no
you could
evidence. There's no evidence to back that statement. So we'll, we'll, we'll,
I mean,
we
it's
won't
on
talk about
screen.
that.
Everyone can see.
We won't talk about that.
But yeah, if Stu starts landing his rhapsodies,
Yeah.
they will definitely should have won that fight. Definitely should have won that fight. Especially since the fact that he already has the Sky Piercer.
Yeah.
The members of Xenagogue were all low, even those in the front, excluding those that Gatot could have killed. He could have wiped all of them. Honestly speaking, he should
Yeah.
have wiped all of them.
It's all shoulda,
But
coulda, woulda. But right now,
his auto
eh,
betrayed him.
yeah, indeed.
Damn.
Indeed, it's a bit unfortunate, but this big fight actually brewing just before these minions crash into the base. And who knows, this would actually be the end of this novelty match because it's looking like Xenagogue are going to take it as the final minion, and Void Hacker doing his best to take out that last minion. But we know how minions are whenever they get within range of his base. Sometimes they are just unkillable. We see minions, even aura farming once they are within that coverage, and just this instance is also another example of why you shouldn't let these minions get too close to the base, and it's actually going to be a 2-0 clean sweep by Xenagogue, showing us that they are indeed worthy of the title as the Nostalgia Pop 5 undisputed champions, Chris. So, are you happy with this result, or do you want them to run it back?
If honestly, I wish they the result
Seems,
of the admins,
yeah,
Osen, Rando, Emmy. I think only every day. So
yeah, you are breaking up a bit. Seems your network is not
how do you
quite strong. You are breaking up on my end.
Yeah, we're in the hands of MTN. No. We're all in the hands of MTN. But like I was saying,
Yeah,
the admins they don't really play as frequently as the members of Xenagogue, so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they might be away from their regular form. But
Mm.
uh,
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. But either way, it was a
thank you,
good.
Mr. Vidal, for
Yeah.
having me tonight.
No, it was a pleasure to have you here with us. So yeah, it was a good game by both teams, and I hope you all enjoyed. I know Stu may not be here, but always remember that he's going to be watching you from your bedroom window. So if you haven't, please do well to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And hopefully we'll have matches like this, more matches like this in the future, just to chill and have a family friendly stream. But until then, we'll see you again next time. Peace.
Peace.